I don't have information about the hotel or anything like that, unfortunately. That's all in Mark said. He sent some stuff to me, but I can't find it right now, and I don't think that included the details on the hotel. But as far as I remember, we have a sign-up form. I will send you the link to that. This is the sign-up form that we will be using. You can have a look at it. If you want any last-minute changes, that can still be done. But otherwise, this will go out with the invitation email. Just so we know who's coming when. And the Czech pirates are looking into reimbursement for traveling and or accommodation. I don't know exactly what, but that means that you have to specify your role at the meeting so they know whether you're entitled to reimbursement if they can afford that. So board members and delegates might get some reimbursement, but I don't know exact details of that, and that might only be clarified once everyone has signed up, so that we know how much money we're talking about. But anyway, do you have any questions about the sign-up form?
No.
Awesome. And the schedule will be...
No. Yes.
Why Google? I know, but...
No, not why Google. The thing is that I can't remember, when this form came up. Today, I can't even remember if I already signed up or not.
No, it did not.
Nobody did, right?
Yeah, nobody. Because my follow-up question, if I may, would have to be, basically would be, has anything been sent yet?
No.
Okay. And the sooner it can happen will be with these reimbursement details, which cannot be...
it can be sent as soon as Mark and I are in a clear agreement on what should be sent, I think.
Okay. Do you need any input on that, or is it okay? Like, do you need maybe an eye from the outside to double check if it be something?
My suggestion is that the organizers send it soon with all the information and put that information also on Discourse. But Mark has had difficulties of putting things on Discourse, but that should be sorted now. And as soon as all of that is formally sent from the organizers, we can then send a formal invitation to the council meeting and link to this information once again, so that we send it twice. Once from the organizers, who will be able to answer questions, and then once again as part of the formal invitation to the council meeting. That would be how I go about it.
Okay, so the time frame would be in less than a week, basically until Wednesday.
Yeah, basically this weekend, hopefully the 1st, or Monday at the latest, and then next Wednesday is the formal invitation with a reminder.
Okay, I think that's a good thing to have, the timeline. And moving on to Jan's question.
Well, that was not a question. He just stated that there's no ministers anymore, and that's true. But we will have VIP pirates do presentations anyways. And Marek is the one organizing that, so if he has more suggestions, he should reach out to Marek so that we don't double book people or book too many people.
Okay, on my part, I'm all for Jan and Marek coordinating. Alessandro?
Just a quick question, but the proposal of this, I don't know, common or quite common hotel Tivoli is still standing, or because when I said should I book or not the hotel means that I was supposed to book that one because Marek just suggested, but I don't know if there is a change or a particular reason, because it's not, it's close to the venue, not exactly, closer, just that's my, but Marek is not here, so I don't know why I'm asking.
Yes, please send that as a question to Marek. You can send it in the board channel so everyone sees the answer.
Yeah, actually, I've sent this question like 10 times, Map.
Yeah, but 10 times in Italy is like 1 time in Czech Republic, no?
Even half.
Sorry, maybe Jan can answer this. He's raised his hand.
Yeah, Jan.
Unfortunately, no, because I never spoke or written anything with Marek about the choice of hotel. Just in case something happens, that for instance there are maybe more people coming, and because I was thinking about maybe also sending invite to German pirates if they just feel like coming even when they're not members of the board or anything. That I actually have at least 4, maybe 5 places in the house that we live in with Panda, since Panda is actually never here, so we could just take over his room. So if anyone feels like couch surfing, that's one option. And concerning the hotel, I actually have no idea, except that generally the end of November is considered, it's still a bit of an off season. It's right before the whole Christmas season starts, so there should be more options, to be honest. Like if you see something cheaper, then I guess that might also be an option, because to be honest, I don't think Marek selected this hotel because it's like the only one that's possible, but it just probably seemed like the best to him. Because mostly we Czechs who live in Prague, we usually don't have much an idea about hotels because we don't really use them. So to be honest, maybe I would even say that maybe Mob has a better idea of hotels in Prague than we do.
Yes, and on that, the idea to propose a hotel was to make sure that as many people as possible stay at the same place to facilitate socializing outside of the meeting hours.
Okay, I'm taking back the floor because we have reached the 1 hour mark, even though we started a bit late. Is everyone okay to continue? If you are a board member and need to go, the meeting will be terminated. And if you need to go, don't shy away from doing it. Okay, so I will take the silence as a confirmation that you are available to continue the board meeting. If it's not the case, just signal it. You can even send me a message, a private message, and I will not disclose your name and the meeting will be terminated. No problem. Are we good on the practicalities for the 17th board meeting now? I will take it as a yes. So moving on to the next point, which is about the mailing lists and the associated policies, which Alessandro would like to discuss. If you can introduce the topic, please.
Yeah, just very quickly. I mean, I saw that because I received the thread from there was a misunderstanding with some pirates in the list, the Greek one, and also in the past I saw that I remember that other pirates just had some concerns about this messages that are coming through the list. So I would say that I'm not so much in favor as for instance Florian probably is or proposed to regulate or even worse over-regulate things. So I like the idea that things can be also under-regulated to be more flexible. But still, my question is for everyone: do we need mailing list for the PPEU? And my question is that no. My answer is that probably no, because there is the only thing that we are obliged to is to inform our board, our members, our European Pirate Party members, that for the official communication for the meetings and so on. So the council meeting and so on. So mailing list is not the only one, the only tool that we have. For instance, I would approach this in such, a more probably modern and efficient way, that is Discourse. So if you are a delegate, you enroll a section that as delegate, and you will be sure that you will have the official communication, because you will be notified. And even if you're not a delegate and you are a member of your respective pirate party, you can also ask to apply as a pirate. And other organization or just a structure, like for instance board, I am pretty much in favor that a board as something like an email that collects information from the outside. I don't need. I would prefer to have board informations from the Discourse board section, for instance, because otherwise, it would be much better that we have a person or some volunteer delegated for PRs, for instance, where that receive information from the outside, right? Because sometimes, it becomes just to receive some emails that just communicate something. I would prefer to enroll to just go for it when I'm interested into get some information, not to just receive informations unsolicited, basically, right? So I'm not talking for me, because I can put on my personal email all the filter that I need, not receive emails from somebody specific or somebody else, just or topics, right, that I don't like. But still, I think that this is the time probably where we could rephrase this. Thank you.
Yeah. So I will take the liberty to give a first answer. It is not a definitive answer to the subject if you want to work on it further, but currently it is clearly stated that we need to use emails to communicate invitations. So that's the first thing. How it's done technically can be through a mailing list system. The mailing list can be hosted pretty much in a lot of tools, even Discourse, for instance. But yeah, first roadblock is the statutes, because we need to send email invitations. I will bounce on this issue to agree with Mab when he pointed out a long time ago that a lot of mailing lists are maybe unused, and maybe it wouldn't hurt to clear some how can I say, dead emails from there. Yeah, Map.
Yes, so all the email lists are unused by now. The only one that is used is the general email list, where we get an email a month. And that one is barely used for anything except us sending invitations. We can send invitations to email addresses to the member parties. There's nothing forcing us to use this email list. So we can just have a list of email addresses to all the member parties. The benefit of that is, of course, that we will be more aware of which member parties we have on that list. Currently, we don't check if everyone is on the mailing list, because we leave that responsibility to them. So we can definitely kill all mailing lists, including the main one, if we want to. There's no obligation to have mailing lists. It's only obligation to send emails, and we can do that without the lists.
Yeah.
And I think, I'll double check, but I think there is a decision already from the board that we should kill all the topical email lists. It's just that I have never gotten around to do it because it was never urgent because they have zero traffic. But you might want to continue discussion if we should keep the general email list. And you could also have that as an informal discussion on the Saturday at just before the next council meeting to get input to the bureau in this.
Yes, definitely. Given that we are not in the decision section, we can just leave it at that, saying that something should be done. Obviously, first review what was decided before to see if we can and need to act on something. And for the further and future tailoring of how we operate, we can, of course, open a discussion and eventually decide on something and some actions. Do anyone else have any question about this topic of the emails and their mailing lists? I will give some time to the minute takers to complete their duties. Okay, so now moving on to the last point of our meeting is the road ahead for the end of the year and the start of the next one. I'm the one who put it there. Basically, the easy way to put it is that we have the council meeting, then we have some board meetings and another council meeting either in late January or in February. But what I really meant by that is having had a look at our big plans after the last council meeting's election, it is obvious that we have not come around to formalizing it. And given our current resources, there's no sugar coating, but it's everything feels like a moonshot, at least to me. So when speaking about the road ahead and the start of the next year, I would suggest to heavily focus on the upcoming council meeting, and especially the 2 points which might seem out of subjects. The proposal on how to structure the organization and associated recruitment, as well as calling on the members and individual pirates to give us their input on what they need from us and what plans they could have. Because, yeah, the bottom line is we don't have enough people. So there's no need to plan out anything until we have some resources and a better understanding on what we would like to do collectively, I think. For the record, I discussed it briefly with Mukulash, and we tend to agree that the collective work we did, when was it? Right before the summer, is useful as an horizon, but I don't feel like, that's my personal opinion, I don't feel like we have any big chance to implement it in the short term. Okay, so who raised the hand first, Jan or Map?
Jan can go first.
Okay, Jan.
Just a short thing. Since sort of connected to the fact that the pirates in Czechia have exited the government, but also the regional elections were basically a wipeout with just one. We just now have only basically regional representatives only in one of the 12 different regions that we have in Czech Republic. So Czech Pirate Party is definitely going to be entering into a bit of a lean times. There's probably going to be a lot of people, let's say, in the paid apparatus of the party being let go, and there's already been a few people on our forums questioning the fact that the Czech Pirate Party is contributing some money to the PPEU. So there might be some discussions about this in the coming weeks and months, since there's going to be a bit of a party restructuring. So there's probably going to be, to be honest, there's probably not going to be a lot incoming from the Czech Pirate Party. We're just the party is incredibly busy with itself for the next few months. So that's the unfortunate reality. It's probably not dissimilar to some other parties in Europe, since there's a yeah, I mean, it's not much, but I mean, you will, as you will also find out in Prague, I mean, Czechs are very good at obsessing about small amounts of money.
Okay.
But generally, at least the next two, I would say, next 2-3 months, there's probably not going to be any extra volunteers or people interested in doing anything with PPEU. We even have a thread on our forum where we were saying that if anyone wants to become a member of the board, they can be nominated by PPCZ, but the thread has been open for 3 weeks now, and there's actually still no one really applying. So it seems to be, this is like there's probably not going to be any more extra people from PPCZ coming for a while to be helping out. Maybe next year it might be a bit. There might be a bit more of a recovery, but like right now, it's more of a it's like Marvel Civil War in the party right now.
Yes, Map.
Well, I want to say some other things, but I will start by addressing that, because based on similar experiences in previous pirate parties, the Germans have had their share of decline and infighting, and so on. The Swedes as well earlier. This is actually an opportunity to recruit more people to work on the European level, because there will be a lot of people who had clear tasks on the national level who will no longer have those clear tasks on the national level, and who want to feel that they contribute to the movement, but are uncertain about how valuable that investment is in the Czech pirates. So you should actively target people who express uncertainty about their involvement in the movement and say, maybe you should go up to the European level. And that way we can get a lot of volunteers from the Czech pirates, because they will have a lot of human resources, not this week, but let's say by November when we're there. We should have a clear plan on how to recruit Czech pirates to help more on the European level in their individual capacity. Because the one resource we have is people. We have people all over Europe who can help. What we don't have is money, and we don't necessarily have too much time. But what we need to move forward is a spirit of do things and not discuss it and wait for someone to make a decision. We need to be more proactive, have people feel that they get a clear mandate to do things in their own capacity on behalf of the organization, rather than wait for a decision by someone else. So I'm not too worried about the Czech situation, how it will influence the European Pirate Party. In the Czech situation, of course, for the Czech pirates, it's a bit of a problem that they need to solve. But they will also have new leadership elections, and they will be focused on national elections next year. So I'm pretty sure they will bounce back. Having said that, going back to what Florian said, I think the main obstacle is that we don't delegate. We don't say you should do X and then hope they do X. We're stuck in waiting for a plan rather than allowing people to do more or less whatever they want to do. I don't think the members will tell us what they need. It's better to have people do what they want, and then we will see if the members are interested in those things, and then we can encourage more people to do the same. And the third thing is, of course, that my own involvement will, as you all know, will dwindle down. I might be gone basically by the council meeting in Prague, but I will definitely be there. And if I am gone after that, depending on my job situation, either for a short time or for a longer time, I would be very happy to have drinks with those who are there to celebrate my quite long involvement with the European Pirate Party. And I'm pretty sure you will be able to continue excellently, even without having me constantly hanging over your shoulder.
Yeah, I will just add my support to the line of give people the space and mandate to do what they like. Anyone else on this topic? To some extent, it was more. Yeah, of course, it is a great pleasure to have you as guests, but I'm not doing the farewells until it's clear that no one wants to add anything. I wanted just to mention that, yeah, this point is more of a communication from myself to the whole board on how I'm picturing the outlook and everything. Okay, it seems that we are done. So thank you everyone to have been here. Thank you board members to attend, for having, yeah, I'm losing my words now, for attending. Thank you every guests, including some of which I have not seen a bit before. Thank you Pirates on Air and the operator Bastian. And hopefully I will see all of you, and if not most of you, in Prague. Yes, Alessandro?
Just last curious question. Who will be actually in Prague? Apart from me and Florian and Mab?
Raise hands if you will be in Prague.
And of course Jan and Marek. Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Well, I can add on that the Icelandic Pirates had planned to send someone to Prague, but now they will have snap elections on the 30th of November, so it's unlikely that they will be able to send someone. But they will probably participate remotely.
Okay then. Thank you very much.
Yeah, from far away on the island. We are not in the EU after all, so I mean, a nice nice representation of the situation, I would say, maybe. Okay, enough ranting. Thank you everyone once again, and the meeting is closed.
Okay. Thank you.